Dijonai Carrington. She is frustrated. All right, she's mad.
What's going on here? Is this a professional sport or not?
She's a dirty player, and you're trying to justify her being a dirty player. Her behavior is completely unacceptable. That was not a basketball play, my dude.
This is unhinged, upset, frustrated play.
Claiming that it wasn't intentional, and she's not trying to gouge out her eye.
Dijonai said, I had no idea.
Just when you thought the drama in the WNBA had cooled off, Dijonai Carrington is right back in the headlines, and this time, she's the one taking the hit.
She once again uses her fingernail to scrape across the face of an opposing player. It's insane. Look at that. Look at where there's no way. The fingers are actually cupped around like that, trying to do a scraping motion.
In a moment that instantly sparked deja vu across the league, Carrington got poked in the eye by an opposing player, eerily similar to what she once did to Caitlin Clark.
Countless times Caitlin Clark was physically traumatized on a basketball court.
It was the eye poke heard across the world last year. Clearly a non-basketball play, but no foul was called, no flagrant was called. The WNBA stays absolutely silent.
Coincidence? Karma? Or just another heated chapter in the growing saga of women's basketball rivalries? Whatever it is, this moment has fans talking, critics speculating, and the internet on fire.
This whole play says she is unhinged, she is mad, she is frustrated, and that's how she's playing.
Let's break down exactly what happened and why this might be more than just a simple foul. It all went down in a flash. One moment, the game was in full swing. The next, Dijonai Carrington was clutching her face, clearly in pain after taking a poke to the eye.
What's going on here? Is this a professional sport or not? Dijonai Carrington tried to take somebody's eyeball out of their skull.
The crowd went silent. Replays showed the opposing player's hand making direct contact, and instantly it triggered a flood of reactions on social media. But what made this moment explode wasn't just the contact, it was the memory it stirred. Because this wasn't just any foul. Fans were quick to draw the parallel. Wasn't this exactly what Carrington did to Caitlin Clark just weeks ago? The way Carrington had aggressively swiped at Clark's face during a drive to the basket sparked of outrage.
She's a dirty player, and you're trying to justify her being a dirty player. Her behavior is completely unacceptable. That was not a basketball play, my dude.
People called it dirty, unsportsmanlike, even intentional. Now, seeing her on the receiving end of what looked almost identical, the irony was hard to ignore, and the internet didn't miss a beat. The announcers called it a hard play, but the reactions on the court told a deeper story. Teammates rushed to Carrington's side while referees reviewed the play for a potential flagrant. The replay ran again and again. Slow motion zoomed in on the contact. The tension in the arena was electric. Was it payback? Was it just an accident?
Dijonai Carrington, either you are the most uncoordinated, dim-witted person I have ever come across, or you intentionally go for basketball plays like that and then strategically try to rake across people's eyes.
As the referees made their decision, no flagrant, just a common foul, the crowd erupted in mixed reactions. Some booed, others cheered, but everyone had the same question. Did she just get a taste of her own medicine? That's when this incident shifted from a simple play into a storyline.
The internet's onto you. Untalented bull in a china shop. The way she drags her hand back across her face gives dragon nail vibes. Yeah, that was a flagrant because she's one of the dirtiest players in the WNBA. She forgot that the only player they're allowed to egregiously assault is Caitlin Clark.
It wasn't just about a poke in the eye. It was about reputation, rivalry, and what happens when the aggressor becomes the victim. To really understand why this new incident hit so hard, you have to rewind to the original spark. The moment that put Dijonai Carrington and Caitlin Clark at the center of a growing firestorm. It happened during a high-stakes matchup where emotions were already boiling.
Caitlin Clark is phenomenal. She is somebody like we have never seen before.
Caitlin Clark knows what's coming. Caitlin Clark rises up and is the star.
The only reason for Caitlin is because she didn't play basketball like most.
You guys are lucky you have Caitlin Clark. You are lucky you have the Indiana Fever.
Caitlin Clark, known for her elite shooting and ice-cold confidence, drove toward the basket with the kind of fire that's made her a national sensation. Then came Carrington, aggressive, physical, unapologetic. She stepped in, swiping toward Clark, and that's when it happened, the now infamous poke.
When it comes to people that wrong Caitlin Clark, they got up out the league, bro.
What we saw last year, and of course, this was the eye gouge from hell, where Dijonai Carrington tried to take her fingernails and scoop them out of Caitlin Clark's skull.
Clark immediately winced in pain. Replays showed Carrington's hand making contact with her face, and within minutes, the clip went viral. Social media lit up like a match to gasoline. Fans, analysts, and former players all weighed in. Was it intentional? Was Carrington targeting Clark? Or was it just part of the physical reality of competitive basketball? But here's where it got more complicated, because Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She's the face of a new era in women's basketball.
You guys are lucky you have Caitlin Clark. You are lucky you have the Indiana fever.
The only reason for Caitlin is because she didn't play basketball like most.
Caitlin Clark knows what's coming. Caitlin Clark rises up and is the star.
Caitlin Clark is phenomenal. She is somebody like we have never seen before.
Her rapid rise, her highlight reels, her massive following, everything about her has elevated the league. And whether fair or not, that spotlight came with strong opinions from fans and critics alike.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
Carrington's swipe wasn't just seen as a foul, it was seen as a statement. And depending on which side you were on, she was either defending her turf or trying to take down the league's golden girl. Then came the talk shows, the podcasts, the Twitter threads. People weren't just debating the foul, they were dissecting race, rivalry, and reputation.
Sticking your nails in people's eyeballs in the WNBA is encouraged. Ask me, how do I know? You either are the dumbest, most dim-witted, uncoordinated person I have come across, or you intentionally go for a basketball play like that and rake across people's eyes. This is actually a basketball play. The attack on the ball is, but everything after that, not a basketball play. You really just hate those white girls in the WNBA, I guess. I guess you just hate those white girls in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark last year, Jessica Shepard this year. Who's gonna be next year? Huh? Who's it gonna be next year?
The media framed Carrington as aggressive, even dirty, while others defended her as misunderstood, simply playing tough defense in a game that's always been physical. And let's not forget, Carrington never backed down. No public apology, no soft response, just raw emotion, intensity, and the sense that she was ready to carry the villain role if it meant playing her game her way.
Dijonai Carrington behavior is being justified by a WNBA reporter and many people on Twitter.
WNBA pretends to be concerned about players. They have zero tolerance policy on mean words, but they allow Dijonai Carrington to play with daggers for fingernails. Someone is going to get seriously hurt at the hands of Dijonai's scissor hands.
That's why this new eye poke incident feels so much bigger, because it's not just about today, it's about what came before. It's about whether this is karma circling back or just another chapter in a rivalry that's far from over. Now that the dust has settled, at least a little, the question becomes, what does this all really mean?
What did we see last night? Another non-basketball play from good old dirtbag Dijonai Carrington. Let's take a look, shall we? Real quick, I see a lot of people saying, see, that's what happens when you see Dijonai standing on business.
Dijon is seriously injure a player in the WNBA.
Christine Brennan asked Dijonai Carrington about that specific play.
The eye poke to Carrington wasn't just a moment on the court, it turned into a mirror, a moment that flipped the script. Just weeks ago, Carrington was being accused of playing dirty. Now she's on the other end, wiping her eye, clearly in pain, and fans everywhere are asking, was this payback? But more importantly, why does it even matter so much? It matters because women's basketball is entering a new era, not just of talent, but of tension.
Everybody's talking about this. I got tagged in this late last night. It is trending everywhere. Let's head on over to X and let's see how this thing is developing, man. This is so spooky to me that we're making Dijonai Carrington videos at the second game. I think this is the second or third game of the season. Second or third game of the season. Really? We're really doing this? So let me blow this up for y'all real quick so y'all can see. Let's see here. Roll the footage. Look at this.
Rivalries are getting real. The players are more visible than ever. And with that comes something the WNBA hasn't always had. Full-blown narratives that fans actually follow beyond the box score. You've got Carrington, known for her no-nonsense grit and physical play. And you've got Caitlin Clark, the polished sharpshooter with a massive fan base and the weight of the league's popularity on her shoulders.
Did we watch the same game? Here's a dirty player going for the eyes again. Christine Brennan is owed an apology. Kennedy Carter right now. She can't find a damn job. Then we got Diamond DeShields as well. Yo, these players are looking for employment, but it's not just the players. It's people like Cheryl Swoosh, Cindy Brunson. And guys, I'm telling you, there is going to be a list of others that is going to be not doing business with the WNBA for their misconduct, especially on Caitlin Clark.
When those worlds collide, every hard foul, every eye roll, every subtle gesture, it becomes the story. And the media, they ran with it. Some framed Carrington's poke as an act of aggression. Others said she's being unfairly villainized in a sport where male players pull the same moves and get called competitive. The double standards are real, and fans on both sides are making noise about it. Then there's the racial and cultural context, which no one can ignore. Commentators and former athletes have openly discussed how Carrington and players like Angel Reese are perceived differently when they play with passion and edge.
Dijonai Carrington has found herself in the middle of another assault. She's the female Draymond Green, bro. Dijonai Carrington is such a violent player. Caitlin Clark still has the same support she had last year.
Caitlin Clark, generational talent. She's the one. They put the team around her right now.
She is the one. Caitlin Clark is a likable and lovable superstar. She pays homage.
Caitlin Clark knows what's coming. Caitlin Clark rises up and is the star.
When Carrington made contact with Clark, it became a symbol of something bigger. Who gets protected, who gets criticized, and who's allowed to be emotional on the court. And now, with Carrington being the one hurt, there's a split. Some say it's karma, others say it's hypocrisy, but either way, it proves one thing. This rivalry, this conversation, and this intensity isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's just getting started.
The WNBA Dweeb Police, aka the Players Association, they asked for that reporter's credentials to get taken away. They asked for that Hall of Fame journalist credentials to get stripped from her. Tell me this league can't be more unserious than that. You can't even ask basic questions. That flagrant hit was stupid. Their #1 draft pick got hurt as well. Look at Paige getting crushed right here, putting the star player in line for an injury for absolutely no reason. This type of stuff gets encouraged. WNBA prides itself in being a physically untalented league.
So now the question is, was this just an unfortunate moment in a heated game? Or was it the universe clapping back in the most poetic way possible? Dijonai Carrington has found herself on both sides of the spotlight now. Once as the aggressor, and now as the one walking away with her eyes stinging and the internet buzzing. And whether you see it as karma, coincidence, or just another chapter in a growing rivalry.
Paige was already going to stop the shot from being. Look at her arm. I mean, she's leading. She's leading. Look, her hands on her back. Paige was already right. That was a purpose shot. She definitely did that on purpose, bro.
One thing is clear. The WNBA isn't just about highlight reels anymore. It's about storylines, emotions, and real tension that fans can't stop talking about.
She's the female Draymond Green. The truth of foul seems so arrogant. Carrington is always scratching people in the face with nails. Dijonai Carrington is a dirty player.
Dijonai is immature. Dijonai walks around like she has something to prove to everybody. Dijonai walks around like she has a chip on her shoulder. Dijonai is so not confident in who she is as a person. She feels the need to project that on others.
But what do you think? Was this a deliberate shot at Carrington, a wake-up call, or just part of the game? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss the drama, the breakdowns, and the biggest stories in basketball. I'll see you in the next one.